Look at you, sitting there, thinking you're finished. Thinking the story ends here. Pathetic, isn't it? That's what they want you to believe. They broke you, didn't they? Shattered you into a million little pieces and left you in the dirt. Tossed aside like yesterday's trash. Forgotten by the world. That's the lie they sold you. The lie they wanted you to swallow whole. But here's the truth they're terrified of. You're not broken. No, you're dangerous. They wanted you to believe you were weak. They wanted you to doubt yourself, to question your worth, to drown in the emptiness they left behind. Why? Because they saw something in you, something that scared the hell out of them. A fire, a spark, a power they couldn't understand and certainly couldn't control. They didn't want to see you rise. No, they wanted you to rot, to stay buried under the weight of their betrayal. But you know what they didn't realize? You're not buried. You're planted. Every tear, every scar, every agonizing scream they caused, they were watering the seed. They were preparing you for something they'll never be ready for. And when you rise, when you rise, they won't know what hit them. Because the version of you that's coming back, that version isn't here to play nice. You see, they thought they broke you, but all they did was sharpen the edges, made you harder, colder, smarter. And that scares them more than anything. You know why? Because people like them, they're predators. They survive by feeding off the weak. And when they see someone strong, someone unbreakable, it shatters their illusion of power. They're watching you right now. Oh, don't think for a second they aren't. They've got their eyes glued to you, waiting for you to crumble, to fold under the weight of it all. They're hoping you'll stay down because if you rise, you become their worst nightmare. If you rise, you'll expose their fragility, their cowardice, their lies. And they can't handle that. But let's make one thing clear. You're not rising for them. No, you're rising for yourself. Every insult, every betrayal, every stab in the back, it was fuel. They thought they were tearing you down, but they were handing you the very tools to rebuild. Piece by piece. Stronger, sharper, deadlier. And when the rebuilding is done, when the new you stands tall, they'll wish they had never crossed you. But here's the kicker. They won't just regret it. No, regret is too soft, too merciful. They'll fear you because the person you're becoming isn't the person they left behind. That person is gone, replaced by someone who doesn't break, doesn't falter, and sure as hell doesn't forget. Think about it. Why do you think they tried so hard to destroy you? Was it because they hated you? No, hate is simple. Hate is human. What they felt was fear disguised as hate. They saw something in you they couldn't replicate, couldn't own, couldn't exploit. And when people like them can't control you, their only option is to destroy you. Or so they think. You've been through hell. You've been dragged through the mud, beaten down, left to bleed. But guess what? Hell doesn't break the strong. Hell sharpens them. And now, you're sharper than ever. You're not the victim of their story anymore. You're the villain in theirs, the storm they never saw coming. They think they've won. They're celebrating your fall, toasting to your failure. But they've made one fatal mistake. They underestimated you. They don't know that every scar is a lesson. Every wound is a weapon. You're not just coming back. You're coming back as a force of nature, a hurricane they can't outrun. And let's be real, they'll never admit it. Oh no, they'll keep pretending, smiling to your face, acting like they're rooting for you. But deep down, they're sweating. They know what's coming. They know that their worst nightmare is unfolding right in front of them. You, rising from the ashes, unbroken, unstoppable. But here's the thing, they don't get to define you. They never did. Their betrayal, their cruelty, their attempts to crush you, it says more about them than it ever did about you. They're hollow, empty, terrified of their own shadows. And you're the light they can't extinguish. You know what makes this all so sweet? They thought they were burying you, thought they could silence you forever. But all they did was plant the seed. A seed that's growing into something they can't control, can't predict, and sure as hell can't destroy. And here's where it gets really good. God isn't done with you yet. Oh no, He's just getting started. He's rebuilding you in front of the very people who tried to tear you apart. He's turning your pain into power, your scars into armor, your brokenness into brilliance. They're going to watch as you rise higher than they ever thought possible. And when you rise, it won't just be a comeback. It'll be a reckoning. They'll have to sit there and choke on their jealousy, their regret, their fear. They'll have to live with the fact that they couldn't break you, that their best efforts weren't enough. And you'll rise, not as the person you were, but as the person you were always meant to be. You're not broken. You're not finished. You're just beginning. The scars they gave you, they're your badges of honor. The pain they caused, it's your fuel. The betrayal, the lies, the abandonment, it's all part of the masterpiece being painted, a masterpiece they'll never be able to touch. So let them watch. Let them tremble. Let them wonder how the hell you're still standing. Because the truth is, they'll never understand. They'll never know what it's like to face the fire and come out stronger. They'll never know the power of resilience, the beauty of rebirth. And that's their loss, not yours. So rise. Rise like the storm you were always meant to be. Rise like the phoenix, born from the ashes of their betrayal. And when you stand tall, unbreakable, unstoppable, remember this. They didn't make you. They couldn't break you. And they sure as hell can't stop you.